Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are doing great. So, children, today I am going to explain you about the animal tissues. You can see one flow chart is given. It is a detailed flow chart, and you can easily understand from this flow chart that animal tissues are mainly divided into four categories: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. So epithelial tissues are the covering and protecting tissues. They cover all our body internal organs. They can be the lining of the internal organs, and they cover our body. Like we our body is covered by skin. Skin is also skin is a epithelial tissue. Next is connective tissue. So connective tissues are known as binding and supporting tissues. Like we have the skeleton. Our body is made up of skeleton, and skeleton gives support and shape to our body. So skeleton is made up of bone and cartilages. Then we have muscular tissue. Muscular tissues are contractile tissues. Why they are called contractile? Because they contract. They help in the movement or locomotion to a body. So it is of three types: striated muscles, non-striated muscles, cardiac muscles. And I explained you this epithelial tissue in detail in the Zoom class too. That is so I have already explained you all the structure and features of this skeleton tissue. So in this chapter I told you should know each tissue structure, its location, where it is found or where it is situated in the body, plant body or animal body, and its function, what they do. So striated muscles are they are voluntary muscles, we can control by our will. Non-striated and cardiac both are the involuntary in action, we cannot control it. And cardiac muscles are also called as heart muscle. They are situated, they are present in the heart, in our heart. Next, last one is nervous tissue. Nervous tissue make up of our nerve cells. So when nerve cells combine together, they form nervous tissue, and nervous tissue then form brain organ. So it is also called as responsive tissue. So this all the four functions you can see. So first one is the epithelial tissue. So it is the continuous sheets of cells which are closely packed. So and they do not have the intermolecular space. Underline this line. Now where it is present, as I told you, they are the surface, external surface of the body. They cover all the external surface of the body, and our different body organs they cover. And the lining, inner lining is also made up of epithelial tissue. They also line the cavities of hollow internal tissue. So I have explained you in detail. Depending upon the cell shape and their function, they are of 6 type. You can see in the figure 1.4. So you can see squamous, they are pavement like, they are single cell. So some cells are cuboid, some are oval, some are elongated pillar like, some are having the hairs. So these epithelial tissues divided into 6 part. So 3 are the general one, and 3 are the other 3 are the specialized tissue. So in this table you can see where it is located, what is the structure, and what are the functions. So I already explained you in the Zoom class. Now what is the function? The same function they are telling again to us, that epithelial protects the body organ. They prevent the entry, like our skin, from our skin is a protective barrier between the inner environment of our body and outer environment of our body. So it helps to prevent the entry of the germs. If we will get any cut or any wound, then only that bacteria or any germs can enter into our body. Otherwise it will not enter, because skin protect us of this epithelial tissue, and skin protect us from this entry of germs. So they also helps in absorption of the nutrients, secretion, excretion, perspection, and gamete formation. So you can read this. Squamous epithelium, they protect. Cuboidal epithelium, they are cube like in shape. They helps in the absorption and secretion of the nutrients, and they also form the gametes. Gamete forms female gamete, which is formed in the ovary, present in the female and testes present in the male. So it helps in the gamete formation, male gametes and female gametes. Columnar, they are also tube-like and they are present in the stomach, intestine, sweat, sebaceous gland. They help in the absorption and secretion. Ciliated, they have the hairs, they are present in the lining of the nasal passages. So our nasal passage hair, fine hair like structure is attached with this epithelium tissue only. So the cilia, which is the hair like structure, they make substances to move, so they can move and they act as a filter so that any dust particle will not able to enter. Now glandular epithelium, they secrete digestive juice. So in our body we have the stomach, we have the gastric juice, intestine and all the pancreas is there. So pancreas secrete the pancreatic juice. All these juices secrete and in the skin we have the sebaceous gland which secretes sebum, our tear and milk in the female, which is secreted by the lacrimal gland, secrete the tears which is present over our eye and near the eye region, and mammary gland secrete the milk in the female. Now next, last one, we have the sensory epithelium. So it is present in the sense organ, all the 5 sense organ we have this. So it collect the sensory stimuli and it transmit into the brain, then brain interprets and give the orders. Next one is connective tissue. So I told you that connective tissue act as it can be present almost everywhere in the body. They connect from each other. So you know, like and they are connected with the help of matrix. So you know children that we are having or you can say that for binding 2 bricks these machine needs cement. So this matrix is a cemented material or ground substance through which we can bind 2 cells, 2 part of the cells, 2 tissues like this. So matrix is the intercellular substances. Okay, it is present in the it is located in the between 2 cell. Inter means in between. So what are the there are 3 types of connective tissue: connecting or binding tissue, skeleton or supporting tissue, and fluid or transporting tissue. So first one is connecting tissue. Underline this line, hold various tissues and organs together. So first one is areolar. Areolar is the most abundant tissue. It forms the sheets and bind our skin. Our skin binds with other tissue with the tissues, and it acts as a packaging material. So this skin binds the tissues and different organs of our body. Then we have the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, what is the function of adipose tissue? It is present in the you can see the diagram also, picture is given of all the 3 in 1.11 figure, and remember always that adipose tissue stores the fat. So it is filled with oil globules. Okay, because fat, you know, it is made up of fatty acids, globules are there. Then we have the fibrous connective tissue which form tendons. Remember the tendons and ligament. So as you can see in the picture also, so tendons are the strong, they cord like inelastic, and they are present in the muscle end of the muscle bundle, and they form a white non-fibrous elastic tissue. And what they do, what is the purpose of this tendon? They join muscle to the bones. So remember, tendon join muscle to the bones, as you can see here, and ligament joins 2 bones with 2 bones. So ligament join bone to bone and tendon join muscle to bone. So remember, this is it is given in the 5th class. From 5th class we are just teaching you. So here also you can see what are ligaments. Ligaments are the yellow elastic fibrous tissue. Okay, and tendons are the white, and they are non-elastic, whereas ligaments are the elastic, and they connect 2 bones together. So difference is given in the table 1.5. So you just in a homework write this differences in the copy. This is your homework. Now skeleton tissue. Skeleton tissue are made up of bones and fibers, and they give framework to our body. As I said, they give shape and support to our body. So first one is cartilage. Cartilage is very firm, but it is flexible, it is elastic, and it supports the wall of where it is located. It is located in the, it supports the wall of windpipe, nasal septum, tip of the nose, external ear. External ear means we have the ear lobe, and it is highly elastic. So we can we can easily we can easily just it is a elastic, it is highly elastic, so we can easily that change the shape of the ear. Being highly elastic, it is found between the bones at the joint. So remember, cartilage are found between the joints also. Joints bind the bones. It relieves the bones of shock and reduces friction in between the bones, so we can easily walk, or we can do any activity, physical activity. Now whereas bones are hard and non-elastic, bones are made up of calcium, magnesium and phosphorus. The matrix of bone is very hard and strong, and it can easily break. Brittle means it can be break. That's why bones get broken and people will get fracture also. So cartilage also forms, it also forms between the vertebral of backbone to avoid the friction. So you can see, and it prevent the damage, because vertebral is made up of 33 by the combination of 33 bones. So it form a disc between the these vertebral backbone, so that it can it will not get pressed or it cannot be damaged. You can see the picture of a bone. Then we have the bones. Bones form a supportive framework, delicate internal, all the internal organ like brain, lungs, heart, kidneys, all are supported by or covered by the bony framework. Lungs also. Now RBC, red blood cell and white blood cells, are formed in the red bone marrow. So we have the thigh bone, which is called femur. So femur contains a cavity. In that cavity, bone marrow is filled, and that bone marrow which is present in our thigh bone, it produce or it helps in the formation of red blood cells and white blood cells. So red bone marrow of femur produce the red blood cells and white blood cells for our body. So very red blood cell, white blood cells, and picture also you can see they are present in the blood. So the third one is fluid tissue. So fluid tissue include two fluid. First one is blood, second one is lymph. So blood flows in the blood vessel, lymph flows in a lymph vessel. So blood is a red color fluid because of the hemoglobin pigment, and its fluid matrix is plasma. Plasma is a liquid part of the blood, and these cells, red blood cell, white blood cells and blood platelets, or you can say thrombocytes, they are the components, they are the solid cells of the blood. So plasma is a straw color and non-living substance. Remember this, you can underline. They do not have, plasma do not have the any that they are straw colored. It's straw means little bit colorless type. Okay, yellowish and all. They are non-living substance, whereas these cells are the living substance. So there are three types of cells: red blood cells, which supply oxygen to each and every cell because it contains the hemoglobin, which is a red pigment, and hemoglobin has the capacity to absorb the oxygen, carry the oxygen, and when it will combine, it will form the make a product that is called oxyhemoglobin. Now white blood cells, they are the soldier of our body. They help and protect our body. Again, they defense basically. So they fight and kill the germs that enters the body. So they act as a defense to our body. They are also called as soldier of our body. Now platelets or thrombocytes, they are very essential for clotting of the blood. So whenever we will get bleed, few minutes or after few minutes, what will happen? Clotting we can see. So that clotting process is done by blood platelets, this thrombocyte. So all these cells are very important. Then we have the lymph. Lymph is a filtered blood. It do not contain the red blood cells. It contains the plasma which is without the blood cells and blood protein. It helps in the exchange of substances between blood and tissue. So it is a function. What is the function of lymph? It helps in the exchange between the blood and tissue cells. It also it contains the WBC, so it also helps in the protection of the body against infection. So lymph means it has the, remember, it has the white blood cells, not red blood cells. Fluid tissue transport oxygen and nutrients to all the body cells. They take carbon dioxide and other excretory from the body cells and remove them. So they transport hormones also to the target tissue. So lymph plays a very important, these tissues, both blood and lymph, both plays a very important role in the transporting these nutrients and waste products. The cells of fluid tissue kill microbes that enter the germs and fight against infection and help in the healing of the wound also. So these WBCs, these lymph are very important, act as a defense mechanism. Now functions, what are the functions? First function is they bind various tissues and organs together. Skin also, they fill the space between the organs. They provide shape and support to the body and body organs. They provide support, okay, not shape. Now third one is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is a contractile tissue. These form the flesh of our body. We, whole skeleton is covered by the muscles, and through the muscles only we can do movement. So these are made up of long fibrous and contractile cell called muscle fibers. So each muscle is formed of myofibers. So you can see the figure 1.15, striated, non-striated and cardiac muscle. So in the next video I will explain you in detail. Okay, till now please, I told you that make this table 1.5 in our homework, okay, and read the chapter, and if you have any confusion, if you find any confusion, ask me in the Zoom class. So muscular and nervous tissue I will explain you in the next class. So thank you children, have a nice day. God bless you all.